Well, I want to start off here by talking about Robert Kiyosaki. If you haven't read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, here's the quadrant, and this is kind of the highlight of the book, is that there's really four quadrants, and people find themselves in one of the four quadrants. Well, let's start off with employees. Most of the people, I would say more than 90% of the population is an employee. What they're doing is they're trading their time for money, right? You go to work, you give them your time, and they give you money, And typically when you have a job, you're going to work as hard as you have to so they don't fire you, and they're only going to pay you just enough so that you don't quit, right? But that's a job, and that's where we start. Our goal is to move from the left side of the quadrant over to the right side of the quadrant. But let's say employees, the good thing about an employee, you've got a steady, you've got an income coming in. Hopefully you're paying the bills and so on. So that's where the majority is. The next level really is when you become self-employed, right? Self-employed is when you own your job. You are the owner of your job, right? It doesn't mean you're not going to work as hard. As a matter of fact, if you're self-employed, you're probably going to work a lot harder, right? For probably a lot less money as you roll and get started in your own, self-employment, right? And so there's self-employment. There's a lot of challenges with self-employment. For example, like if you're a real estate broker, and so you've developed this broker and you start training and teaching, your agents you're self-employed now. What typically happens is that you train and work hard on training people, and what happens? They become the best ones of the best that you've trained and that you worked with. They started from nothing and you brought them up. They leave and they go set up shop right across the street from you, and they become your competition. Right? And you know what I'm talking about if you're self-employed. Let's move over to the business side and why I'm so excited about the Aurum Foundation and the opportunity here for many, many reasons. But as it relates to Robert Kiyosaki's quadrant here, a business owner is when you own a system and the people are working for you, right? That's typically if a company has, for example, call it 300 employees, that's a big company. Now you've got a system, and so the owner of that company can step out and go on vacation, and the company still runs without the owner. That's kind of the ultimate on the business side. What I love about Aurum is that I figured out that if you have and develop a network from you talking to a few people, who talk to a few people, who know a few people, who have a few friends, and so on, just like that, if you can develop your Aurum network into a group of about 300 to 500 people. I don't mean three, I mean 300 to 500. So when your group gets into 300 to 500 range, you're in that category of a business owner, because now with 300 to 500 active partners, you can step out and go on vacation. It's not going to affect your paycheck. It's not really going to affect the income that you're receiving. At that point, you can't stop the income from coming every day, every week, every month, every year to your account. All right. Again, I hope I'm not the only one excited, but Aurum is offering people to get involved in a brand new category, which is AI finance, right? And it's a beautiful thing to be amongst the first in the world to be looking into AI finance, to be participating in AI finance, and to be creating the whole model for AI finance. And finally, this is the ultimate, right? The ultimate is the I, and it's the goal. And I read the book maybe 20 years ago, and I've read it many, many times, but this is the tricky part here. The investor is when your money is working for you. You see, when you have a job, you're working for money. But when you are an investor, you get your money working for you. And here's the punchline on all of this. Aurum is offering both for you to become a business owner, a big business owner, as you develop your group, but also the product, our flagship product, which is the XAI bot, the flagship product, allows the customer to have their crypto working for them, not once in a while, but every single day, 100%. Listen to this. 100% of every single Aurum customer worldwide who has activated their XAI bot is earning an ROI every single day. Did you hear that? You might want to write that one down too. No matter the amount that they deposited, 100% of every customer who is deposited into the XAI bot is earning an ROI every single day. Again, this is our core product. We're going right to the fourth part of the quadrant, which is really exciting. And for those that are, of course, on this call, you are all partners, and you're playing now on the on the right-hand side here, with the B and the I. That's exactly where you want to be. It's exactly where you want to be for long-term